Folks, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have made yet another signing, as it was reported by Peter Schrager that the team has signed Matt Feiler to a contract. Now, Matt Feiler is 30 years old. He most recently played with the LA Chargers back in 2021 and in 2022, where he was a starter for them at left guard. But before that, he played both right tackle and left guard for the Pittsburgh Steelers, ranging from 2017 to 2020. And this is another one of those really good value signings that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been making so far this offseason. You look at Matt Feiler, he has started 73 games in his NFL career. Again, only 30 years old. That isn't a bad age for a backup offensive lineman, which is what I feel Matt Feiler is going to be it as a guard or as a tackle. That is going to be some very good quality veteran backup play that the Buccaneers are going to have. And it creates a really interesting situation in the Bucs offensive line, right? Because I know I'm saying right now that Matt Feiler is a backup, and you probably will pencil him in as a backup right now, but he could very realistically start at one of those guard positions for the Buccaneers. And the team has been loading up so much at both guard positions this offseason that it is pretty notable. Now you have Matt Feiler, you have Robert Hainsey, who is going to assumedly move back to guard now that Ryan Jensen is coming back from his injury. You have Luke Gedeke, which that is still a little bit up in the air as to whether or not he's going to be playing guard or tackle, depending on what they do with Tristan Wirfs, may be a big factor into that as well. You have Nick Leverett, who the team brought back on a deal. You have Aaron Stinney, who the team brought back on a deal. So realistically, you have 4 to 5 guys maximum who you could potentially start at 2 guard positions. That's pretty good depth to have for your interior offensive line, and you just added on to that even more now with Matt Feiler. He's going to be the 4th or 5th guy in that mix. So what's really interesting to me is, does this kind of hint at the Buccaneers looking to move a guy like Luke Gedeke from left guard to right tackle now, and maybe hint again at moving Tristan Wirfs from right tackle to left tackle, because they've got a lot of guards. I would say that they have a surplus of guard talent at this point, and not necessarily phenomenal guard talent. I think that there are some solid pieces there in Robert Hainsey, Aaron Stinney, Nick Leverett, and Matt Feiler. I think is a solid offensive lineman as well, but starting quality talent, I think, is the most important thing there. You could make a realistic argument for Hainsey, Feiler now, Stinney, and Leverett to all be either a starting left guard or right guard. So it doesn't seem like there's much room for a guy like Luke Gedeke there right now, which, again, could possibly hint at the idea of the Bucs moving him over to right tackle and then moving Tristan Wirfs over to left tackle. Just something to make a note of and something to pay attention to moving forward. But it is also good that Feiler has that versatility along the offensive line, right? He's played guard and he has played right tackle in the past as well. He has played left guard for the Steelers and the Chargers. He's played right tackle for just the Steelers. He hasn't played that position in a couple of years now, but I think the Buccaneers obviously appreciate that versatility. I'm going to say that they probably view him as a left guard versus a right tackle, but you never know at the end of the day. They do need a solid backup offensive tackle due to the loss of Josh Wells in free agency. He rejoined the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, do you possibly have Matt Feiler in that list? Move him over to right tackle instead of playing left guard, and then you have a left guard and right guard situation of Luke Gedeke, Nick Leverett, Aaron Stinney, and Robert Hainsey. It's definitely going to be a little interesting to see how all these battles shake up. I think that it's really anybody's game right now in terms of who those starting guards could be and who might even get moved over to right tackle in some situations, and will Tristan Wirfs get moved over to left tackle? There's definitely a lot of things to keep an eye on regarding these offensive line moves that could potentially happen in some of these signings that have been made. But hey, I've talked about the idea of the Buccaneers adding some veteran offensive linemen, specifically at left or right tackle, and they have a guy who has veteran experience and who has played right tackle in the past, not necessarily a veteran left tackle. I still feel like that is a very strong need for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and should be a heavily considered signing there, but it's always great to get more starting quality offensive linemen who have done this before, and the Buccaneers certainly got that here in Matt Feiler. The guy who has started 73 games in his career so far up to this point is still only 30 years old and should provide some very good depth at the very least, and at the most, a starting offensive lineman, a starting guard potentially for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But what do you guys think about this signing? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. I would love to hear them. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, folks, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.